Right, hello everybody, welcome back to another Anonymous Walrus YouTube video review. Today's review is going to be Figma Mona, and yeah, this is the mirror of reflection of Doom version of Figma Mona, and she uses her now second, or rather X default costume within the game. So this Mona is based off the first costume that you will ever see of Mona if you played her since day one or since the earlier versions of Genshin Impact. So yeah, this is Figma Mona. She's from Genshin Impact. She's a sassy attitude. She's a really, I really like her design. You know, the twin tails, the witch's hat, as well as the skin tight swimsuit kind of costume. I really like the overall aesthetic of her. Didn't really like the costume change that they forced everyone to take after an update, but thankfully it wasn't fast, but it's like they automatically changed it, so you have to like fucking change it back. So I'll show you the in-game model right here, Mona. Yep, just like me, she's broke as fuck. Spends a lot of stuff. Yeah, she spends a lot of stuff on like astrology materials. This was the second costume that they made, that Hoyoverse made, because this was due to a lot of complaints from the. It looks pretty cool, but I really think this is the superior costume because of their ass. Yeah, with the mouth open face. Look at that, look at the sculpting on her. It's pretty good. Let me take off the hat for a while. You can focus on the hat for a bit. On the scalp for a bit, sorry. So this is her Figma Mona. She uses the much more newer joints. So yeah, with the earrings and all. Damn. The hydro vision, as well as the little pendant thing on her top. Okay. The ribbons on her hair, as well as all the ornamental and the belly button as well. Oh shit! There's a lot of like Primogen shaped designs all over her body. She's not the thickest of characters, but she is very slender, I would say, compared to, let's say, Rislin Stout from Atelier Riza. Look at the little star motif that she has all over her body. Very nice looking. Then her heels, of gold. Yeah, but really, it's a simple, very slender design. Alright, and also, of course, ponytails. Twin tails, sorry. Yeah, it's just the box that she comes with. So, yeah. Then the top of the box, the side of the box with her being frustrated that she has no money. The back of the box, and the bottom is the same shit. As well as a surprised face in one of her idle animations. I can show her that. So, yeah, this is a box. Let me just go through the stuff that I've already opened. So she comes with two stands, or the three parts of the stand, sorry. So she comes with the normal Figma stand joints, but then her stand base is actually much bigger, so it's to accommodate all the extra shit that she comes with. So she comes with an extra stand over here. Let me just open it. She actually comes with another stand. So one of the stands are actually on the Skyward Atlas, and the Skyward Atlas has an actual clip for that. There's another clip for one of her idle animations. I'll show you that later. This is the Skyward Atlas that she comes with. This is the inside with the animal sigil. Kind of weird for me to see the animal sigil on an animal based or motif looking weapon with Mona. Pretty mid game. Yeah, it's a pretty mid game weapon, sorry. This is the purse that she comes with, so as to act out that idle animation where she's like broke and shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, for the Skyward Atlas, I actually took out one of the clips. Basically, you can close the book. You can lock the book. Oh fuck. Hold on. So it doesn't come like this unattached. I dislodged it myself. I took it out myself. But yeah, you can clip it close. Yeah. But I don't like that, so that's why I took it out. Yeah. Yeah, and you can secure it onto the stand piece. So just follow this orientation that you see on the video right here, and you just put the book on like so. Yeah, then it should be sufficiently held by friction. You can actually use the extra holder piece for a little astrology circle thing. So you just attach the thing on here. Let's see, right here. Sorry. If it's the astrology circle, then you just clip, just slot it in here. It comes wrapped, so you need to take a. So with that done, you can just put it onto the stand as well. Over here. So yeah, now you can put almost all of the accessories on display with her. So she comes with this. It's her elemental skill. Yeah, that she does her E skill, where it just taunts the enemy. And slot the square or rectangular piece into this stand right here. Yeah. So this will just be on the side over here. Yeah. What else does she comes with? She comes with, actually this is by default. These were her back pieces. This is how she looks default right off when you take it up, when you take her out. This face actually for her default, that was a default face. This was her idle animation face. An extra joint. That's for wrists, all the hands that she comes with. And because she doesn't need to hold anything, I'm just gonna display her with her default hands. I'll show you that later. So she comes with fists, outstretched fingers, holding hands, as well as gripping hands. Those are Witch's head. Really nicely detailed. Articulation. You can move her head forward, the back, swivel, but the twin tails are in the way. So yeah, I'd rather not do that. As well as her twin tails, you can move. So pretty much all the joints has a Figma joint. So the twin tail, the arms, the elbows, the legs, and the feet. So all of these joints have Figma joints. Every other joint is either a ball joint or like some kind of like dumbbell joint. So yeah, so all those Figma joints can do triple axis motions. So you can move. Like there will be a hinge, then you can swivel, and you can swivel on the other side. Same thing for the other hair piece. The hands are the same, the elbows are the same, so you can just do this. Hell, you can even swivel under here, but you can swivel over here as well. Yeah, so there's also another triple axis joint over here. So there's a ball joint inside the waist. Yeah, so you can move all the way up like so, but it's kind of hard for you to move back. You can move out like so. Another triple axis joint, a much smaller triple axis joint for the wrists. So pretty much because of how the design is like, because it's hard plastic, you can only just swivel over here. There's not much like wrist movement. You can't do this. Her waist, there's a singular ball joint at the top and a ball joint over here. So you can move this much forward, and you can't move much back. So, but you can move to the side a bit. There's a little swivel for over here, but it's kind of tight. And the knees is a singular Figma joint, so you can just move that much. There's a singular Figma joint as well for her feet. Very hard to maneuver ankle rocker, but it's there. Okay, that's Figma Mona. And the back, these joints over here, actually they have their own Figma joint, so you can move with that range of motion. If you want to include her head in her display, there's a hole at the top of her head, and you can just pack that onto it. Yeah, so just follow the little gap over here, then just put the thing in. So right now that's Mona with the head, the witch's head. And if you want to change your face, basically what you have to do is you just take off the front piece of the head and remove the face, and then you just change it to, let's say, her broke ass bitch face. You just put it back in. Ta-da. Yeah. And then you can switch her hands out. Just pull off the hand from the wrist, and then just switch it to a different hand option, and just put it back in. Actually, this is for the other side. Sorry. So let me just do that quickly. So normally these joints are because Figma has been a very long standing figure maker and all of Figma's subsidiaries. So yeah, the sculpting is pretty damn good. So basically for Figma Mona, I really like her design, that's why I bought it. I think that's why many people bought it. For a while I thought, hey, maybe Lumine or Ether would be the first few characters to have a display, but I was wrong. It was actually Figma Mona. So the weird thing is why. I have no idea why. Maybe they wanted to sell the figures. I really like this pose because it's very relatable to me right now. So I'm just gonna leave her like that. I will put some other pictures on screen. So yeah, those pictures will show up right now. But most of the displays that you have her on are mostly just her going like, yeah, you know, doing on a hydro attack or like casting an elemental skill, you know. But it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Her range of motion is par for the course for all Figma figures, because you know they're not the most well articulated figures, not like the Revoltex, not like the SHFs. I think SHFs are the figure line, is the figure line with like the most it's the jack of all trades. It has a lot of accessories as well as all the articulation that you need for the figure, because they input double angle, double joints when they need to put double joints. The friction, most of the time the friction fit is just nice, and they don't have like, they use a wide range of joints rather than their, you know. So for Figma they have like their patented Figma joints as well as Revoltex. They have like their Revel technology Revel joints, you know. SHF doesn't have that, but Figma does have this. And what you are left with is slender figures, the ability to make more slender figures. So you see a lot of female figures on the Figma line because they utilize those joints that is more suited for human bodies. But those joints mostly come in this single joint range, so they don't have a lot of articulation. You have to be honest with me when you go back to the articulation part of the video. 90 degrees or like 90 or like 100-degree bends in the elbows, the legs, they're not a lot of articulation. And to be very honest, yeah, sure, you may not need this much of articulation, but what if you want to change it up a bit, you know? She has holding hands, and she could hold, let's say, a gun or a weapon, but you can't really use it to the full effect because of the low articulation. And you know, why make an articulated figure if you're just gonna, you know, reduce the amount of articulation or put the articulation in the box? Okay, articulation actually really isn't the biggest problem of the figure. It's just me nitpicking. So if you want to ignore whatever I say about articulation, go ahead. Sorry about that. Overall thoughts on the figure: the design is really good. The accessories that she comes with, I would say it suffice. It would be awesome if they include a, let's say, a hydro ball or like an extra you know, plastic piece to showcase her charged attack, you know, something that shows off the attacking animation of catalyst users. But I would say as a display piece, it's good enough. The one weird thing is she only came with one astrology circle looking thing, piece, plastic, because this corresponds to embers. Yeah, but there are actually more astrology. If you look at our idle animation, there are other versions of this astrology circle. I've done that, but they didn't. That's just me nitpicking. But it's still enough if you just get this one piece. Another weird thing is the meta for Mona has changed. Many people sometimes just play her with the Favonius book or prototype Ember sometimes, because it generates a lot of energy. The Skyward Atlas is a very generalist book, you know, and some might argue might not be the best book for her to use. It looks nice as a piece. The colors, I guess, would sort of fit her, but this is like a sucrose book, you know. The color looks like a sucrose book, but sucrose isn't out as a Figma. Okay? So it just boggles my mind why they use the Skyward Atlas as the catalyst of choice for Mona. The Figma joints, they hold up well, they don't break. I've got previous Figmas from older lines, then they don't break. So durability is there if you're thinking about that. And the designs, the pieces are all well sculpted. So if you want to get this figure, if you're a Figma fan, Figma collector, go ahead. If you are a Genshin fan, I would urge you to wait for prices to drop, or when the yen gets like weaker. I got this when the yen got weak, so I got this from Monussy, around 7,000 yen. Yeah, right now it's up to right now in Monussy it's 7,500, and with the rising Japanese yen. Other than that, this figure is pretty nice. Probably like a 7 out of 10 because I really like figures that I can maneuver, play with. 6 to 7 out of 10. So yeah, really cool, very cute figure. So with a hat, and if you want her, you can get her. I got this from Mandarake. I believe she's in the pre-owned market now. A lot of her figures are in the pre-owned market. So if you want to get her, that's the best bet on where to get her. So have a good day. Thanks for watching, and cheers.